Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Agent Power Huddle. I'm Amy Izzo. I am a realtor speaker and a top producing realtor speaker and a coach in the Northwest Indiana and Illinois area, so Midwest. And if you've been on the last few weeks, I was taking a little break, so you've been catching some of my replays. But today I'm here live. So because I'm here live, if there are questions, you can ask those questions. Just unmute. If you're driving, drive safe. So just unmute and ask questions as we talk. And you can use the chat. I'll keep an eye on that as well. But welcome, everybody. I want to jump back in here early August and talk about, we had 4 months left, 4 months in the year left. How do you look at that? Do you look at that as a positive or do you look at that as a negative? Are you thinking, yeah, we got 4 months left? Are you thinking, oh, I have 4 months left? Well, I want to get you thinking, I have 4 months left. Woohoo, I have 4 months left. Whether you're just getting started on your business or you're where you want to be in terms of your goal. Remember January when we set goals for the year? We probably set a real estate transaction goal. If we didn't, do one now. If we didn't, you missed all my classes in January, do one now. But if we did, we set one. Are we on track? Are we ahead of ourselves? Are we behind? All of us, I don't care how many transactions we do a year, all of us have periods where we were on track, where we are behind, where we are ahead. Mari did a coaching program with me earlier this year. She heard me say, part of the year I was behind, right? Didn't I say that? She heard me say that many times. I was like, I'm a little behind my year. Now I'm ahead. I'm way ahead, right? So we all have those. I don't care who you look up to in the business. If you've got an agent in mind, get that person in your head that you look up to in the business. Maybe it's in terms of their production or how they run their business or whatever, whether they talk about it or not. They all have periods where they're right on track, where they're a little behind, where they're ahead. The key is just knowing where you are, unemotionally knowing where you are. That doesn't mean I don't get excited and go, I'm ahead, but can't take your foot off the gas, right? Can't take your foot off the gas because sometimes what happens is we're ahead and so we get excited and so we take our foot off the gas a little bit, right? We slow it down a little bit, or we are a little behind and we feel defeated. And then we either, because we're frustrated, we may procrastinate a little bit. Everybody's different, right? Or we still may take our foot off the gas, or we may slam our foot on the gas, go a little too fast, and then not stay dedicated long enough. And that thing that we're doing it on doesn't necessarily give us what we want fast enough. So we get frustrated, we take our foot off the gas, right? So if we can know where we are all the time and then keep our foot on the gas at the same rate, no matter if we're where we want to be or not. Okay. So even now, when you hear agents saying it's August, maybe I'll go out of business. Maybe I'll get a second or a third job. Maybe I'll do a side hustle. Maybe this will be my side hustle. There's a lot of that noise in the market that we're hearing, right? There's a lot of that noise that we're hearing. What I want you to do is head down, worry about you. That doesn't mean we don't love our brother and sister realtor friends. We do. And we want to embrace them and hug them and love them. But we got to protect our energy, right? And we've got to keep our head down, keep our foot on the gas and do the things we need to do to close out the rest of this year. I manage a team here in the Indiana area, and I spoke to them and I challenged them in July. In our July team meeting, I said, everyone will close 2+ transactions for the rest of this year, every single month. In August, in July, in August, in September, in October, in November, in December. Don't tell me about Christmas. Don't tell me about it. We're going to still have Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all the things we do that month, right? We're going to have all of that, but we're still going to close 2 sales every single month. Everybody on my team, non-negotiable. We're all going to work together to do it. And we're doing it. One of our agents had 3 closings in July. And he, at the time we had the conversation, he wasn't even sure that was going to happen. So foot on the gas, focused, heads down. So that's what I want to talk about. Back to basics. And you know what? I hope you need this message today. If you don't, I think you'll get something anyway. So hang out. And if not, share this with somebody, right? But back to basics. So a little bit about me, because I know there are some new faces on the phone, on the Zoom today. So this is my 11th year in real estate. Hey, 11. 11 years in real estate. One of my superpowers is I have made my income goal every month since month 6 in the business. That's month 6, not year 6, not day 6, month 6. I have made or beat my income goal every single month for almost 10 and a half years. That's my superpower. By the way, it's a superpower anybody can have, right? I spent 5 months, my first 5 months in business, making no money, 0 money, 5 months. That was fun. Let's not do that again, right? Then I started to make my income goal month 6, month 7, month 8, just focusing on 90-day windows, 90 days at a time, heads down, foot on the gas. Does that mean I don't take a vacation? No, I do. Does that mean I don't take a day off? Nope, I take a day off, a real day off every week. I have a real day off. Sometimes I have 2, but right now I have 1. So for sure, every week. However, I keep my pace, the way I accelerate, the way I run my business, the same all the time, regardless of my production. My business in the last 3.5 years has grown by 5 times its size. I am on track this year to do probably 700,000 GCI as a solo agent. My team will do some business in addition to that. Okay. So I didn't start there. I didn't make money for 5 months. And then I started making money. My first year in the business, I did hit 100,000 in the second half of the year, 6 months. I started in second half of my year. I started in like September of the year that I started. And so I didn't make any money till month 6. And then every month after that, I've been able to make my income goal all the time. So if I can do it, you can do it. But I will tell you, I do a lot of the same things that I've always done. Do I get bored? Yeah, some of the stuff I get bored. What I don't get bored with is the meeting of the new people and the closing of the sales and the taking of the new listings, right? And all of the other things I can afford to do because I have I've created this consistency in my business. So back to basics, because it's August, and wherever you're at in your business, I want you to know that it is possible to hit your goal this year. It is not too late. It is possible. It's also okay to take a time out, reevaluate your goal, and reset if you need to. I've had to do that many times in my career. Sometimes I'm too ambitious, right? I made a goal bigger than I could really achieve. That doesn't mean I'm not a big thinker and I'm not a dreamer. I do those things, but sometimes I bite off more than I can really chew. I learn, I readjust. It's not okay to procrastinate or just not do the things we told ourselves we're going to do, but it is okay to make a decision to do something different and do those things differently. Those are 2 different things. I hope you can see that. If I say I'm going to close 2 deals a month and I just never do it and I never address it, I just kind of go through life and accept whatever I get, right? And kind of put in the effort whenever I feel like putting in the effort. And I know I'm not putting in the full effort and I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do on a consistent basis. That means daily, over and over and over again. And I just kind of get excited when I get a deal and get mad when I don't have anything, get excited again when I get a deal and I ride the roller coaster. That is not okay. And lots of us do it and have done it, right? I catch myself sometimes now and like, nope, pull back, right? But if we make a decision, hey, you know what? I need to adjust that goal so that I can do the activities that will allow me to realistically achieve that goal. And then I'll reset. Right? Once I figure some things out, a reset, that is okay. So I would say, what is your transaction goal from now to the end of the year? That's the first thing. You need to have one. So hopefully we've got one. So we're going to check the box. We've all got a transaction goal from now to the end of the year. I told you I challenge my team to a month. I truly believe anyone, I don't care how long you've been in the business, I don't care where your skill set is, with the right focus and the right activities, every single day that you work, full-time activity, you can all close to a month consistently for the rest of the year. There's no reason why you cannot. So the first is set that goal, whatever it is, you decide it and know that you can do it. Belief. Okay. Third, do you have a table of lead generation? Do you have a table? What is she talking about, a table? I like to talk to agents, especially if you don't have at least 5, right? At least 5 ways that you get business. I like to talk about building your table. So how many legs does the table have? Somebody tell me. 4. A table has 4 legs. We're going for a square or rectangular table. Don't tell me you have a round table with one big old fat leg. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about that square or rectangular table with 4 strong legs, right? What happens if I saw one of the legs off of that table? It's wobbly, right? It's wobbly. It doesn't stand up quite the same way. Your business is a table, right? You should have to start 4 ways that you consistently generate business. 4 ways that you're always going to do that you consistently generate business. It doesn't mean you won't have more over time. I have dozens now. Okay. But I started with 4. I started with a table, a strong table that I could stand on and dance on if I want to, right? Strong table of 4 ways to build business. When an agent says to me, I'm 100% referral, and they're celebrating that, I am happy for them because that means that they are providing this spectacular service and that their SOI recognizes it and they refer the heck out of them. However, the day will come where the SOI does not feed them the way they want to be fed, maybe need to be fed. Your referrals, your SOI, your referrals should be the first leg. It's your most important leg. It is still to this day the most important leg in my business. When I look at my numbers year over year and I go, where did my business come from this month, this quarter, this year? My SOI is my strongest place. It's where the majority of my business comes from, but it's not enough. And it doesn't allow me to control my income. If I say I want to close 8 a month every month, which is my number as a solo agent, I want to close 8 plus a month every month. 8 is my minimum for closings. That's me. You don't have to be that girl. Okay. That's who I am. That's what I want to do. I have to have a way to control how I meet new people so that new people get to know me, fabulous Amy Izzo, and new people get to do business with me. Okay. So I love my SOI. It is the most important leg on this table that we're building. We're building the table first, 4 strong legs. This is the first leg, but it's not enough, right? So if you are a 100% referral agent and you hear me, you disagree with me, get in the comments, right? Because I will tell you, I'm proud of you and you're doing a great job. I got a high level of referrals too, but it is not enough. And you absolutely cannot predict your income and you do not have control of your income, whereas I do. So I want you to think about that. Because if you're in this for the long term, full time, you must be able to project, I need to earn X money, right? You need to be able to project that and then break that down to your daily activity. It's just the only way to have control and to know where you're at. So, all right. So the first leg on your table, SOI, which I'm going to say another thing about SOI. If you haven't documented your SOI, please document it and put it somewhere. So like a CRM, if it's in your phone, that is not your CRM. Pull it out of there and get it into your CRM. Hopefully your company gives you a CRM that you can use. If that's all you got, that's all you got. If not, go invest in one, right? But I started with my company's CRM and I do think you should have your own, and I have my own now, but that's not where I started, right? You got to start with where you're at. So, get it in there so that you can communicate and keep in touch with these folks. And this is the miss on SOI. Your job is to add to SOI every week. Every week, you need to add people to your SOI every week. So when I'm making my calls today, my wins are 1, contacting someone. Woohoo, that's a win. Somebody answered the phone. I didn't get a voicemail hung up on. I didn't get, I don't have time to talk to you, whatever. I had a conversation. That's a win. I put somebody into pre-approval or I set an appointment with them. Those are wins, a listing appointment, whatever, right? That's a win. I met somebody new that wants a home evaluation. I added them to my database. That's a win, right? Your job is to add to your SOI every single week. So it's the first leg in your table. We're building a table of lead generation and conversion because 80% of our activity, we're back to basics this week. 80% of our activity is lead gen and conversion if we are doing our job and running a real estate business, not a side hustle, running a real estate business where we get to control what we do. 80% of our time is there. 20% of our time is on all the other stuff. That's real. Okay. So SOI. Next, you get to pick, right? But I would say your next leg has got to be social media. If you are not making videos, if you're not getting on social media, if you've not heard the message we have all been spreading since 2016 for me, please hear me today. I already know what you look like. I already know what you sound like. And so does everybody else in the world. Just go educate people and be who you are. The people that do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. You just need more people to meet you. You can't be everywhere, but social media puts you everywhere, right? It puts you in the pockets, literally in the pockets of everybody you know. And it potentially puts you in the pockets of everybody all those other people know too. Ever hear of sphere hacking? If you know me and you like what you see here today and you go look me up on social media and start to follow me and I pay attention to that, right? Or you like something I said in one of my posts and you share it and someone sees my name that you shared it, they go look at my page. I've just hacked your sphere. Now people you know that I don't know me and are watching me. I don't even know they're watching me a lot of times. And then guess what? They need to buy a house in Indiana. I don't care if you're in California. They remember me and they look me up, right? And then I get smart after a couple of years of doing this. I get smart and I learn about retargeting and I can follow anybody around, right? That clicks on something. I can just follow them around. They just see all my stuff. They see me jumping in swimming pools to try to sell a listing, right? They see me have an ice cream at the ice cream shop with my clients. They see me dancing at the ballroom studio. They don't even want to see any of that crap, but they see it because I follow them, right? So social media, I don't care what you do, needs to be number 2. Number 1 leg is going to be your SOI, so you can have referral-based business. Number 2, you got to get on social media. Now you pick the platform, you pick how deep you're going to go. If you're not everywhere and that's not something that's comfortable for you now, pick one and go deep. If you pick Facebook, you get Instagram, right? So I don't care which one. If you're on Instagram, you can have Facebook. If your people aren't on Facebook, they're on Insta, you should be on Insta. Where are your people? I know agents that their people are on Snapchat. I don't snap a thing, okay? Except these fingers. That's all I snap, okay? I got nothing else. I don't Snapchat a person. I know what it is. I got the app. My kids have me blocked. Kids, right? It's fine. Just on Snapchat. It's okay. But I am all over Instagram. I am all over Facebook. I'm 48 years old. Where do you think my people are? They're on Facebook. Now they're on Insta too. So am I. Some of them are on TikTok, but I could do better there. But I've chosen not to go deep there, right? So pick one or pick 2 and go deep. Posting every day, 80-20 rule. Post about you. If you follow me, you know I'm a ballroom dancer. You know I'm a competitive ballroom dancer. You also know I've only been doing that for a year. If you don't follow me, you don't know any of that stuff, right? But why does anybody care? It makes them interested in me. It is something that I really do in my life. I take my daughter a million places. She allows me to put her on social media with me. People know I have a kid. So, and that we're close and we do a lot of things. It makes them interested in me. They then are like, oh, she's a realtor. They then hear my real estate messages. Right? Whatever I'm talking about, interest rates, market updates, here's a newsletter I posted. It's not just about closed, got to clear to close. I do that too. I celebrate everything. I'm a celebration person. That's who I am. So I celebrate all that stuff, but that's not all they see. Social media, organic social media. And then eventually when there's dollars for it, some well-planned use of dollars with social media will build you business. Now, social media is your lead generation. I'm going to tell you quickly, because I'll have to do a training on this later. It's a long-term play. So when you start doing social media, and like that crazy lady told me to do social media, and so I'm going to start doing it, and 3 days from now, 10 days from now, you don't have any business. It's a long game, 6+ months, right? When you really start consistently working your social media platform, that means every day, folks, consistently working it, consistently doing your videos, putting your messaging out there, 6+ months. If you get something day one, you were lucky. And I'm so glad you hit somebody at the right time. That is amazing. The first geo farming, I did a mailing. First geo farming I ever did, I got a $900,000 listing. It was like 2 years in the business. I was like, hot damn, I'm going to do more of this. I didn't get another listing for a year from my geo farming. I also learned other things I could be doing with that besides dropping postcards on people's porch, right? But that's all I was doing at the time. I was new at it then, right? But I thought, hot damn, I mail one neighborhood and I get a big old listing. Let's go. And then I'm like, this sucks. I didn't get anything else. 3 months later, what I learned is it's a long game and you have to do other things besides just the postcard, right? So I've adjusted. So, all right. So then number 2, social media. So you're working your SOI. Number 2 is social media. 3 and 4, I don't care what you do, but I'm going to tell you this. I can give you a list. As a matter of fact, I will give a list that will attach this of 100+ ways you can generate business in real estate. Pick 2 more. So you have 4. SOI and social media, you've got to do it, right? I don't care what the other 2 are. Here's what I care about. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody. Everything works if you work it. You have to figure out what works for you. If I tell you that I door knock and that works for me, and I love it so much, but you are never knocking on a freaking door, you're just not going to do it. That is not your thing. Do something else. Don't say door knocking sucks. Door knocking sucks for you. It doesn't suck for other people, but it sucks for you. And it probably sucks for a lot of other people too. But what do you do? I have agents say, well, I do open houses and I do really well at that, but everybody tells me not to do them. But you like them and you do well at them. So do you. So if open houses are your thing, do you know I made $100,000 in 5 months on open houses my first year in the business? That's all I did. I was new to my area. I didn't know anybody. I had 0 SOI. I needed to meet strangers. I had lots of people in the area that would let me work their open houses. They were bigger agents than me. They didn't want to work their open houses. They were too good to work them. That's what they said. I didn't say that. They did. I don't work open houses. I'm too good. Great. I want to work all of them. They were all at different brokerages. I worked all the open houses every weekend for 6 months. I made over $100,000 doing it. I liked it. It worked for me. How I viewed it, it was 2 or 3 hours worth of work. Plus I tied it into my social media, right? But 2 or 3 hours worth of my work to get, if I got one buyer or one seller, I made thousands of dollars, thousands. I was making like $2,000 an hour sometimes. I'll do that. I'll do that every weekend for life. Makes me happy. Find the things that work for you. And if you do something and you do it consistently, what's consistently? It depends on what it is. If you tell me you're going to geo farm, I'm going to tell you need a 6 to 12 month commitment on that. And you need to tie it into other things besides a mailing, right? You need to have strategies in there to pull them in and let them see you, get a video from you, things like that. So, because if you can do that, now it's going to work, but it's a 6 to 12 month strategy. And I'm going to lean towards the 12 month. So you can pick the other things that you want to do, door knock, open houses. Maybe you want to learn how to do digital marketing. Digital marketing is where it's at. Maybe you want to learn that. That's a long play too. You can have some short-term wins there, but that's a long play too. You pick partnering with businesses. I know an agent that has built her business on volunteering. She loves like Kiwanis and Lions Club, and that's her thing. And she volunteers. And so that was a long play for her too. But now she's built a nice little business. And that's one of her lead gen sources. So it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have 4 strong legs in your table. I'm telling you that video, social media, which I'm plugging in as 1, and your referral-based business, your SOI has to be 2 of them. The other 2 you decide. When you are working those 4 legs, and you're getting business consistently from each one and you feel comfortable, you're not uncomfortable anymore, right? I'm working the 4 legs, I'm getting my business. So that right now, I'll tell you what my 4 legs are right now. It's SOI, referral-based business, right? It's social media, right? So primarily for me, it's Facebook and Instagram. I would say more Facebook, although Instagram is picking up for me because that's where most of my people are, right? I do lead generation through Google. So it's Google lead ads for me. And it's my Chime, which is just my website. So my online lead generation through Chime. So those are my 4 main places that when I look at my business comes from. My 5th is agent to agent referrals. I have met so many agents across the country all these years going to conferences and made all kinds of relationships that number 5 for me is my agent to agent referrals. I get a ton of them. I'll do referral-based business all day long. Indiana, Illinois, call me. Doesn't matter where. I have people everywhere. If I'm not there, I have a team. So all day long, referral-based business. And then do I do other things? Yeah, I do other things. So I work something called Z-Buyer leads, right? That's another thing I do, which is investor seller leads. It helps me meet new investor people and some people that are not investors or that think they want an investor to buy their house, but then they meet me and I'm like, oh, you have a better house than that, right? We can do better than one of those cash offers. Let me show you. Right? That's a different strategy. I've added those over time. Now I have way more than 5. But if I picked a name, I won't do it. But if I picked a name on the screen and I said, tell me the 5 ways or even just 4 ways you generate business, you should be able to rattle them off without hesitation. Boom, 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 boom. If you can't, that's room for improvement. Nothing bad about it. Just room for improvement. Opportunity. We can onward and upward, right? It's opportunity. This is how you start to create a consistent, predictable income every month in your business. Some months my income is like crazy high now. And I'm like, I didn't predict that right because I predicted it too low. But for many years, I would just be able to predict pretty much my transactions based on this daily activity, right? Daily activity every single day. I think I see the chat. Let me peek at the chat. Can you name some shorter term lead gen? Your shortest term lead gen is people that know, like, and trust you. That's really the truth. Unless you're going to spend dollars, like hundreds of dollars a month on some of these leads that you can buy, purchase leads, and you're going to call them and follow up with them every single day. So for example, Z buyer seller leads, I can spend $600 or $700 a month. And if I call those leads every day and I get leads every day, I will set listing appointments every week, right? I will set 2 or 3 a week. And then depending on my close ratio, right? How good am I at closing people that meet me, right? We're all going to fall somewhere different. There's people in the world way better than me, right? There's people in the world not as good as me, right? So we could all say that, right? So that if I set 3 appointments, am I going to close 1 or 2 or none? How many of those am I going to close and transition? So there's a lot to this, but paid leads are people that are warm. They're hand raisers. They're saying, I want to buy or I want to sell. Your job is to call them immediately. You can't let those leads sit. That's the problem. When we buy leads, I got a lead right now, and I waited 2 days to call it. Guess what? The reason you got the lead is in the last 12 hours or less, they clicked on something from this company that you're paying. The company that you're paying sent you the lead, right? As quickly as they could. Meanwhile, these people are clicking on other things too. You didn't call them. Some other agent called them and they already hooked up with them. And then you're like, my leads suck. No, you're not fast enough. You're not calling them because you're hesitating. So, but those of us that are not, that get them, call them, put them into a follow-up process, drip campaign, whatever, stay with it. Well, percentage of those, we will generate now today business that will close depending on, I met a seller this week that won't sell for 3 months, but they're going to sell with me. I already have a contract signed, right? So I got them, but that's not going to be income. That's the tricky question. This is why you got to look in your business in 90-day windows. It's going to be income for 3-4 months from now, depending on how fast it sells when I list it. It's not income today, but it's a contract I got today. Does that make sense? So if we're like, I need now money, I would say if we have nothing to spend, then we got to work our SOI or referrals. Or I'm an open house fan. If you're not, that's okay. Get out there and do some open houses. You're going to meet people looking to buy or sell today. Go knock on the neighbors' doors and offer them a home valuation. My team just did this. My team in Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia just did this. They got together as a group and they started door knocking on each agent's neighborhood. So they're like, okay, one day we're going to work on Sue's neighborhood, right? We're all going to door knock Sue's neighborhood. Another day we're going to go door knock Janelle's neighborhood, right? And each of them, when they do it, came back with buyer prospects and seller prospects and new people for the database and people that wanted home valuations that are just curious. They're curious for a reason, but they all came back with at least one deal from a couple hours of door knocking. So again, maybe that's not your thing. So you got to find your thing. But the thing to get now business, you need to find people that want to buy and sell now. So you either need to buy those leads so you can get them, or you need to have a way to create those yourself, or you need to call and be connecting with your SOI. I hope that helped. Make sense? Okay. We all want now business. Here's what I'll say to you. I will say it for my whole life. I have been saying it for years. If you know me, you're tired of me saying it. 90-day windows. You've got to build your business and you have to look at your pipeline year round in 90-day windows. So you're placing these people that you're meeting, that you're converting into where they're going, where you think they're going to best be able to do business with you. I think they're going to be pre-approved and buy in August. They might move to September once you're in the process, right? But that's what you've got to do and build your business that way. So if August is a light month for me, September, maybe double, maybe on fire because a lot of my people moved, right? That's okay. That keeps me motivated. It keeps me moving in the right direction. It keeps me with what we said at the beginning, don't take your foot off the accelerator. Accelerate the same for the most part every day throughout your business. When you get frustrated, don't take your foot off the gas or press too hard, go too fast. You can go too fast. When you get excited because you're having success, what do people do? They take their foot off the gas. Don't do that. You've got to keep that consistent flow of activity throughout your real estate career. Every single day that you work, if you are a full-time agent, you work 5 or 6 days a week, you take 1 or 2 days a week off, I hope. I take 1 off. I'm a full-time agent. I work 6, I take 1 off. That's what I do. So I work half a day Saturday. So I take 1.5 days a week off, usually. So I have daily consistent activities that tie to that table, built that table that we talked about, that I do every single day, no matter what. No matter what. So cool. All right, everybody. I hope that was helpful. I will be back here next Wednesday live again. No more recordings. So I'll be back here live again next week. And we're going to start getting the topics out now that I'm back because I took a few weeks off. Topics out to you guys in advance so you know what we're going to be teaching. If there's something that you want, message me on Facebook. That's where you'll find me, Amy Izzo, or the Amy Izzo Group Sells Homes. Either one, message me on Facebook and tell me what you want me to talk about, and I'll come on and teach it next Wednesday or one of the upcoming weeks. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Take care.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.